The paperweight flashlight is certainly a nice, novel little product. As you saw in the videos, I mean, it comes in handy a lot of times. Ever since I've created this prototype, I've been amazed, how often I've used it, and how much it's come in handy. Even my mom loved the idea, which is pretty rare for her to be that excited about a concept. But yeah, she really loved the idea. Could see a lot of uses. So, yeah, but it does make a nice little novelty anyway. It's kind of cool because, like I said, it's in the shape of a 1-ton weight. And of course that, when something says that, it's on somebody's desk, be it an attorney's desk or whatever, when something says something like that, people are inclined to want to pick it up, and when they do, they get quite a surprise. So it's also a great little novelty to entertain, people sitting there waiting for you to, get off the phone or whatever. So it certainly has that little aspect to it that's nice. But even for the home, it's a very handy little gadget. And, I just threw it together because I thought it would be kind of fun to throw together. I mean, it's just an idea I had kind of late in the game. That even though I told myself religiously I'd done so many LED products at that time, I prototyped so many different LED products, I was like, I do not want to prototype another LED product. I'm just going to stick anything on my list. But, this was so appealing. I was like, man, it wouldn't take long to whip something like this up, and it'd be so cool. I'd just like to see it. So I did, and, sure enough, it's actually been a useful little product. Now, again, I would like it smaller than it is, and to weigh a little less. I had to put a bunch of lead weights inside this thing, as you can kind of see in the patent part of it. I kind of alluded to that. But, it can be made smaller. I just had this little push button that I had to use on it, and it's so stiff I needed a lot of weight to push it down because I didn't have the money to, go buy a sensitive switch, like a limit switch like I'd normally use. That's hair triggered, because then the batteries alone would be more than enough weight, or even the cover would be more enough weight, because you can get some very sensitive limit switches, and that would do the trick just as well. So it doesn't have to be this big, because I do wish it was a little lighter weight than this, and maybe a little smaller. But again, I had to kind of work with what I had to work with when I was doing this prototype. Because again, I'm on a real tight budget on this stuff. I mean, this has been a real hard year on me financially. I've had a lot of incidental income. And anyway, the fact of the matter is that it's still a really cool little product, and I do think it has a lot of potential to be, either in a novelty shop out there as a gift, or in a catalog, or and certainly if it's actually put on an infomercial, it could be used in the sense that it could be like a bonus present. I don't think you could run an infomercial with just this product alone and have a lot of people pick up, get their credit cards out. But, again, in a novelty store or something like that, yeah, you could sell a lot of these things. Or, again, a catalog where people are ordering other things from the catalog at the same time. That's a great thing I like about printed catalogs, is that printed catalogs inspire you to order more than one product at a time, They always did me. I mean, I'd always like to get a list of several items together before I place an order to catalog. It was just my instinct. That's why I'm still a great believer in catalogs, because I just like the efficiency of it and the upsell that it does, on other products that you may not have otherwise bought. So this is one of those little products that, again, from an infomercial standpoint, though, if you're selling like another product and you say, hey, call in the next 30 minutes and we'll give you one of these paperweight flashlights, and it's so easy to demonstrate. I mean, it just takes like 5 seconds to demonstrate what it's used for. So, I mean, it really would fit good, as a bonus product, and it's fairly cheap to tool up, and get into production. So that's the other nice little aspect it has going for it. It's a simple, small little product, and I'm generally not asking a lot for it. So, at the end of the day, I think it's a pretty good buy, for whatever genre, you may be it the, printed catalog genre, or the, direct response TV genre, or even direct industry, if you happen to be, Hallmark or somebody like that I might be talking to on this. I think it's got that sales potential, to put it on your, novelty store shelves out there, or, if you're some other novelty store chain out there. It's got some potential as a nice little extra seller for you. That again isn't too cheap to tool up on or to go into production on or to stock. So anyway. Okay, as a further note, if I don't sell this to a direct response television customer, I'm going to take it to some novelty company like a Hallmark or somebody like that. And that's something you could do with it too. You could actually go sell these to secondary marketers, wholesale, like Hallmark or somebody like that, or, maybe even SkyMall or somebody if you want. Because again, this would actually work in a catalog. If somebody's buying a bunch of stuff in a catalog, this would actually might be a product they might actually pick up, and it could be advertised in print. So, the point is that there's also potential for either secondary licensing or you could manufacture and sell it or what have you. And you might as well, especially if you do at first use this as a bonus product. But I'm saying once that starts, that gravy train starts drying up, it could still be sold in novelty stores, at various places in the country, Disneyland, hell, I don't know. The point is that, there's a lot of potential there, too, if you wanted to mess with it. So, anyway, it's just another possible vehicle you could also use to, make the investment more worthwhile down the roadways. So, anyway, what's nice about the paperweight flashlight from your perspective, even though I don't really think that's something at all that you could run a TV commercial on, having that be the featured product that you're trying to sell. I mean, I don't see that happening at all. But the thing that's really neat about the paperweight flashlight is that it really is a useful little flashlight. And I use it every day. Laying around on my desk, I just constantly drop things on the floor or whatnot. I just need to go look for them. I use it every day, often 2 or 3 times a day. Sometimes just to see my phone or, caller ID or whatever. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, though, is what's nice about it is that it's a kind of a universally good bonus product. It just really is a good bonus product, to offer, and it fits with practically any other product you'd want to fit it with. So, be it some construction, painting supplies or, some new oven mitt or whatever. I mean, the fact of the matter is it goes with almost anything because, A, it's a flashlight, and almost everybody has a need for a flashlight somewhere, but it's actually kind of a novel and unique flashlight. And because of that, it actually gives somebody, and it only takes like 5 seconds to demonstrate it, of video, so it's real easy to demonstrate. Yet, it's something that almost everybody would find useful and an incentive to actually buy the main product, because that's the whole point of a bonus product, to give people extra incentive to want to buy whatever it is you're primarily trying to sell. You just, a lot of times the primary product might come in a little weak and could use a boost. There are several products that I actually have that you'll see on some of the other product videos that are actually meant to be grouped with other products just because the primary product could use a little boost, a little extra incentive sometimes. And so sometimes, that can be done. But overall, it can be a fairly cheap product to tool up on and bring to market. Normally, I wouldn't, I don't know what your policy is when it comes to buying products that you can't sell directly that are just for bonus products. But then again, sometimes finding the right bonus product, to go with another product that you're offering, the main product that you're offering, is just as valuable as the main product itself because it can really boost your sales, as I'm sure you're aware. And it doesn't always make sense. I mean, there are so many infomercials I see these days where they're offering but wait, call right now and we'll double your offer. And I'm like, why the hell would I want 2 of those? Most of the thing is going to fall apart on me overnight. Why would I want 2 of those? I just see that a lot of times these days, happening, especially with cooking appliances and things like that. Like, why the hell would I want 2 of those? I mean, I barely even got enough space in my kitchen for one of them. Why the hell would I want two of them? That's a rather expensive present to give somebody, for some of it, like I said, I see it across the board applied to, from power tools clear all up to cooking, cooking, tabletop cooking ovens and things like that. And just, it just doesn't make sense to me why the hell that's a good bonus product. Now, variety is what's a good bonus product. It is, and except for certain products. Some products, like you'll see, out of my product list, products like tack lights, or LED candles, makes sense to have more than one. I mean, in fact, you'd want really a minimum of 6 of those in a selling unit. So, sometimes it does make good sense to sell more than one for the price. But usually it's better to offer variety, because that does tend to motivate people, although, you got to get a little, be a little cautious with it, because sometimes, the variety is not universally, the bonus product itself, the variety you offer is not universally going to be of interest to a lot of people. It still may not help you as much as it would, if it is of interest, but still, I guarantee a variety will work better every time, again, in inapplicable situations than just simply doubling somebody's offer. I know there's in terms of generating more sales, that is. I do know that there's an incentive on your part, because, you get better economies of scale if you sell more volume, and it's easy to, double your buy-in, your manufacturer's buy-in volume. You get your target price, if you have more that you expect to sell, that works in your favor in terms of economy of scale. But I still say that if you want to increase sales on most products, a lot of these products just doesn't make sense to double somebody's offer. It's better to have a little variety in it. And I do have a lot of products like that make good bonus products, but I still know that it does cost money to bring a bonus product to market. So, I know there's a little bit of a conflict there. So, I just still don't know how you feel about bonus products, but I think this would make at least one damn good bonus product. And it really wouldn't be that expensive, because, again, it should be, maybe a third the size to, maybe half the size of what I showed you in the videos. Because I really kind of thought, I wanted it smaller than this. So, at least 20% smaller or so, to be just a little more comfortable in the hands, and it certainly is pretty heavy. I definitely like a lighter weight. So, but it does its job, and it is supposed to be a paperweight flashlight. That's, so you do want some weight to it, just, enough to where paper won't blow off, because that's still one of its functions. But the fact of the matter is, it, of course, doesn't have to be marketed as a paperweight, but it's nice if it can. It's nice to have as much functionality as you can get, as much perceived value from a customer standpoint as you can get out of a single product. And, paperweight flashlight says it all. That name plus picking it up and showing it for 5 seconds, its use, and then somebody putting it down and it going out, really tells the tale right there. No switches necessary, no buttons to mess with. It really can be a very short little just insert, for your bonus product. It doesn't have to be a big one. People can get it rather quickly, and that's what makes it a good bonus product. Not a lot of explanation is really necessary. Just a few seconds of video, the name, carefully chosen name, and of course, pointing just at least that one feature out, that, hey, no buttons to mess with. That could even be in text, you don't even have to state that. So, at the end of the day, it does make a good bonus product. So, anyway,